All right, everybody, welcome to another edition of Mind the Business Radio. I'm Darwin.
I'm Ernie.
And I'm Suzanne. Thank you for listening.
Yeah, this is going to be a really cool show because with us we have a guest we've had on before, Lee Romanov, and she's going to be talking to us about an aspect of publishing, writing the book. But right now I'm going to turn it over to Ernie so we can learn a little bit about what Lee's doing.
Okay. Thank you, Darwin.
You're welcome.
Anyway, Lee Romanov is one of the top internet marketers in North America, and she is also the president of Income Activator, which is an all-inclusive website builder designed for anyone that at any level to make money online. It includes proprietary referral models that send leads to companies that pay you directly. She has been making money online since 1994, and she was the first corporation in North America that generated revenue through lead generation. And Lee, welcome to Mind the Business.
Yeah, thank you very much. That was a great intro. I think I'm going to make that into a little CD and play it for myself over and over again.
Let me re-record it now.
This time with feeling.
Now you want to sell it to me, don't you?
Yeah. Revenue stream.
Absolutely.
That's true. Exactly. Well, it is all about money. And what I'm going to be talking about today is how to write a book in record time. And I've actually done it. I wrote a book in a day.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Wow.
And I can tell you guys how I did it and how you can do it too, and how you can make money from it. So, should I begin?
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm curious.
Okay, got your intention. Okay, now what I want to start with is something that is supposed to be working right now. Let me just see. I've just got to go to my next slide. Okay. I want to tell you why you should be listening to me. First of all, I have, as Ernie said, made money online, but I've made like $1 gazillion online. I've written books. I've been interviewed by CNN, Fox, CBC, BBC around the world. And I've also hosted my own talk TV show and been a columnist for 2 major newspapers. So I do know sort of what I'm talking about in this area. Whoa, and what I want to say is that I don't have any superpowers at all.
Okay.
You know, I always say that the only books I ever read were the books I've written. So, like, all I do is I bear it down and get something done when I want to. And before we go on and I tell you how you can write a book in record time, I want to open up an invitation to come to my webinar, because I'm not only going to be talking about how to write a book, but how to publish it, how to get media attention, how to get paid for your books, and how to make money online from your books.
Okay.
So there's a form just to the right, and if anybody listening to this, watching this, if they complete the form, they will be sent an invitation to the webinar. Okay.
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 All right.
So most people start like, what is involved in writing a book, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, sure. It sounds easy when you say it, but are there steps? And there are definitely steps to writing a book. And the first one is, the hardest one actually, is how to get started, which we're going to address right now. But you also have to know that once you get started, you need to then, once your book's done, create it, put it in a digital format, and then put it into a hardcover format.
Okay.
And you know why you need a hardcover format?
You can show people.
Well, you can give it to them as Christmas presents.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. Yes.
For a fee, right? No.
For a fee.
Oh, Ernie.
Yeah. I do not want to be invited to your place for Christmas.
No, yeah. You'd go over there and he said, well, here's your gift, and that'll be $5.95. But today only, I'm taking $1 off.
That's right. Wow. Okay. And again, once you have your book, it can't just sit on your desk and be given away for free. You're going to need to put it on Amazon. You're going to need to put it on Kindle. And what people don't realize is you can make an absolute fortune from your book, from your website, because you can embed really like as many links as you want in your digital book. Send people to your website to buy stuff that's related to your book.
Okay.
It's a huge revenue generator. You also need to know who to talk to in the media. And trust me, there's someone in the media that is interested in your topic. Absolutely. It's so broad. And the best kind of topic is water cooler topics. You know, the weather, favorite colors, your astrological sign, all kinds of things. Water cooler topics make great books.
Okay.
Oh.
And media love it. They soak it up.
So
Yeah?
So you can also get trending topics, right? Like off of Amazon and Google. Okay.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And trending topics, if you hook yourself up with somebody on Fiverr that can write a book for you for, $10, $20, get them to write a book every week on trending topics, throw it up on Kindle, throw it up on Amazon, throw it up on your website, and it starts to generate a ton of money because that book never goes away.
I got you. Okay.
You're getting there, right?
It's evergreen.
It is evergreen.
Okay.
The other thing that's really good about when you do write your book is that all of a sudden, in the minds of people that book speakers, if you have a book, you have credibility. And it's easier to get paid speaking engagements. So I'm going to be going through all that in the webinar, but let's focus on getting your first book out.
Okay.
Okay? So I've got 2 books. What do you think will be easier?
The one on the top, the small one.
Yeah, you just pick it up, right?
Yeah. The other one's a bit large.
Yeah, it's a bit larger. Okay.
It looks like an accounting letter.
It does. Yeah.
It's the national budget.
So, yes, your first book should be no more than 30 pages or even less.
Oh, okay.
And if you can't write 30 pages, let's say you can write 10 pages. Let's say you have something, an email that you wrote to somebody that's a fantastic email, and it's really long, but you love it. You can take that email, make it into a book, and add pictures you find on YouTube or Google. On Google's images. So you can take those images, charts, graphs, and take a 10-page book and easily make it into a 30-page book with images. And people love pictures.
Oh,
Of
okay.
course they do.
And then those images can link back to your website and you can start making money.
Okay. So the book is drawing people into reading the book about a particular subject, but then the pictures and there's links in the books that can lead them back to your website that you have sell stuff that is goes along with the book.
Bingo.
Okay.
Yeah. And so your book is basically your sales rep.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And your website is your office that generates revenue. So think of it that way.
Okay.
Okay. So here, now most people, when they get a book, the maximum pages they read before they do this, okay,
Go to sleep, yeah.
Go to sleep. Yeah.
is 30 pages. Okay. So make this your second book.
All right. The big one.
The really thick
the
one.
big one,
Or
yeah.
the 2-volume set, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Or make that a Christmas present for somebody.
Yeah. Right. That would be. There you go, Ernie. There's right there. That could make a lot of money for you.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay, so Lee,
Okay.
if I'm getting you right, we're supposed to make this short and sweet and put some pictures in because people like pictures, right? And make sure that everything goes right back to your website so they can buy the coffee mug that goes with the book, right?
Right. Oh, you are so good.
Yeah.
Or airplane that goes with the book.
Or in Darwin's case, a box of crayons.
A box of crayons, yeah. No, I've graduated now. I'm using markers.
Okay.
Because I'm almost finished coloring my next book.
Yeah.
Okay. We're all on the same page here, right? Yeah, this is fun.
No pun intended, okay?
No pun intended. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so think about this. A person only reads 30 pages at a time, generally. Your book is 30 pages. You've put all kinds of pictures in it where somebody says, oh my God, that is so cool. Let me find out more information. Maybe it's a really nice dress, maybe it's about fashion. They go to your website, they see the dress, they buy the dress,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You can get a book on how to look, younger, how to look older, depending on your age group. So,
Oh, wow.
So Kindle, a 30-page book generally sells for $9.99.
Okay.
All right.
That's a good price.
You know what? Right now, before we continue on, let's take a quick break, and then we'll get back with Lee. You're listening to Mind the Business Radio. I'm Darwin.
I'm Ernie.
And I'm Suzanne.
And we'll be right back right after this.
Welcome back, everyone, to Mind the Business Radio. I'm Ernie Costello.
I'm Darwin Strong.
And I'm Suzanne Strong.
And we're talking with Lee Romanov, who has been a guest before, talking about how to make income on the internet. And today we're talking about writing that first book. So, Lee, what else do we need to know about that first book besides it being maybe 30 pages?
Short and sweet.
Yeah.
Short and sweet. Yes, that's how I describe myself. Okay. For now on. Yes.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
So a 30-page book sells generally on Kindle. It could be from $3.99 to $9.99, but no one's not going to buy it for $9.99. So,
Okay.
Sell it for $9.99. Now, a 500-page book may only sell for $16.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so how much more work is it to write a 500-page book? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But if you create 16 short books from 500 pages and sell it as a series, that one book is now up at $160. So you see what I mean?
I got you.
My math wrong? My math's probably wrong. But anyway, you see, you can just keep selling. Yeah, that's my math's pretty good. Yeah.
You're checking it out, right now.
Quickly doing the mental math thing and saying 99 cents. Okay. So anyway, it's much more profitable to break down a long book, get something out there. Even if you do have that 500-page book in mind, do it 30 pages at a time, do it 5 pages at a time, and put lots of images. Mm-hmm. And, link the images back to your website and make money. The other thing about your website when you're writing a book is you can also invite people to give you their comments or questions that you can build into the next book that you're writing. Now, how cool is that? All of a sudden you build in someone's comments or questions or their story. You send that book to them for free and tell them to spread it out to all their friends and family. Mm-hmm. All their friends and family will buy their book because they're in it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And you got a huge viral marketing campaign going.
Wow. Okay.
Okay. How about this? Why don't you, write a book of, just, short sayings, quotes, the top 20 best quotes that you found online that you like. Invite people to give you their quotes and then create a quote book, sending it again to them so that they can send it out to their friends and family. Everybody likes quote books.
Yeah, they're inspirational. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. So, how to start? You have to have a point of view.
Okay.
Who cares what your point of view is? It's right and it's wrong at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. You got a 50-50 chance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So don't worry about it. Have your point of view, and everybody has a point of view. Trust me, I haven't met anyone without a point of view.
Exactly.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So take your point of view and get out there. You can even title your book "Your Point of View."
The way I look at things.
The way I look at things, and you should too.
You should too. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I'd write that, and then I'd make Ernie read it.
Exactly.
Yeah, see.
Make him pay for the book first, though.
I'd charge him for it.
Like you do everything else.
Do
Yeah.
everything else. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. Yeah, washroom break, $2.
Hey, you know what? I mean, we go out for coffee, and I end up having him pay for it, so it works great.
Yeah.
Oh, that is perfect.
Yeah,
I'm
he doesn't
for
bring any
Spanish
money
coffee.
with him. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Do you take Bitcoin in Starbucks?
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. So a good way to start a book is just having a point of view.
Okay.
Again, look at your emails that you're sending to people. That will give you
Yeah.
a book topic. A good idea. If I was a goldfish, I would think this was a good idea.
A goldfish. Okay.
Okay. Like what every goldfish needs. Okay.
What every goldfish dreams of being.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And how about don't be the goldfish of your company, be the shark.
Be the shark. Yeah.
How to step it up a notch.
Exactly.
So
Gotcha.
everybody has a good idea. Even if they don't create the idea, everybody has a good idea. I don't know how many people said, "Oh, I would have built that," or I was thinking of building that. Well, just put it in a book. Don't worry about building it. Put it in a book.
Okay.
Yeah? Of great ideas, my great ideas. And if you take any of them out,
Yeah.
I'll partner with you.
Sounds good.
Okay, now here's another one. Really simple. Just a short story, something that you would tell over dinner. Everybody comes to dinner with their own stories and they can barely wait to get them out.
That's
Okay?
right. Yeah.
Just a great short story of something that happened to you. And we have, all kinds of, romantic to tragic stories.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
Christmas
think
dinner,
the
yeah.
story he's telling about that girl right beside to his left, because I don't think she's very impressed.
Exactly.
No, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. And Ernie's got a ton of stories.
Yeah. And just put out the story. I can't believe this happened to me again.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I could say something, but I won't.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, no. Yeah, no, say it.
Ernie comes over and he goes, "Darwin, it happened again, and I can't. What's going on?"
Yeah, it's like that story where that woman is walking down the street
Yeah.
and she falls into a hole, and she can't believe it. She fell in this hole. It took her forever to get out.
Yeah.
And the next day, she's walking down the street. She sees the hole and she falls in it again, and she cannot believe she fell into the hole again. And the third day, she's walking down the street. She sees the hole, and she walks around it. And the fourth day, she decides to take a different street.
There you go.
Okay.
That's a really cute short story.
It's a short story. Yeah.
So that's the story of those are the chapters of my life. I keep falling in
The
holes
same hole.
until I take a different street.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the topic can be anything that you don't even have to really overthink it. You could go to sleep, and the next morning, the first thought that comes into your head, boom, that's your book. You don't have to overthink it.
No, don't overthink it. Just think about, a good idea, a point of view, or a short story. Something about your pet, how crazy your pet is. I can't believe my pet just, did what he did in the
that would be
restaurant.
popular. Mm-hmm.
So those are the stories. In fact, you probably have in your emails or in your notes a story there, or in your arguments you have a story there. Your point of view. So that's a big thing about stories. And I will tell you how I got to create one of my stories. But before we actually go into that, if you can't write a story, like if you can't write,
that was going to be my next question.
Yeah.
go to Fiverr, and there are people that will write a short story for you for $20, $50, whatever it is. Like if you're a dress designer, just because you don't actually stitch up and create the dress, that doesn't mean it's not your dress.
Gotcha.
Okay?
Okay.
So just because you don't physically write, and you're not good in grammar or spelling, doesn't mean it's not your story. So get people from Fiverr to write your story. Now, this can be really, positive, because if you have just a story on your business, a story a week, get somebody to write it, put a lot of images, link it to your website to sell, and throw it on Amazon or Kindle, and you are going to make a ton of money. And you're not actually writing the story, you're being the author of the story.
Okay.
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
Make it part of your business plan. And again, only, ask these people on Fiverr, how much does it cost to write 20 pages, and the other 10 pages, you fill out images that are between the pages, so that you can generate links to your website for people to go and buy.
All right. Well, Lee, we're going to take another break here, another quick break. And everybody, you're listening to Mind the Business Radio. I'm Darwin.
I'm Ernie.
And I'm Suzanne.
And we'll be right back right after this.
Welcome back, everybody, to Mind the Business. I'm Suzanne Strong.
I'm Darwin.
And I'm Ernie Costello.
And today we've been talking, we've been having a good time with Lee Romanov, who's telling us how to write a book in one day. And that surprises me because I'm a writer myself, and I've never been able to write a book in a day. But I get what you're talking about, Ernie. Lee. I'm looking at Ernie, sorry. I get the fact that you're taking the gist of being an author and you're making it as simple as possible, and you're allowing people, through your little secret formula here, which probably isn't very secret, but to write just kind of what pops off the top of their head in the morning, and then run with it, because we're simplifying it. And we talked about in the last segment that we're going to have a ghostwriter or someone to help us in case we can't write it, because I know not everybody is that way inclined. So I want you to expound upon picking up a ghostwriter, if you could.
Oh, absolutely, because this is the best idea. So let's say you have a business and you want to promote your business, and you've got all kinds of different areas of your business that you can promote, really good ideas for people, but for you to get that out is pretty hard. So what you do is you go to Fiverr and you grab somebody that will write let's say a 20-page book on the idea you give them. So pretty much, you could in fact, here's what you could even do. You could go to Google Docs, and in their voice recording section, voice typing, you can just talk the story. Okay?
Oh, really? Okay.
You just talk the story. You talk for 5 minutes or 10 minutes. You give that file, then you just save it in the document. You give it to somebody on Fiverr. They rewrite it in English for you. Okay? You then get a copy back in Word document. You put on all kinds of images that link back to your website where you generate revenue, and you put that book up on Kindle and Amazon with a amazing cover. I mean, you go to Google and you say top 10 award-winning covers, or you can even go to the drugstore and look at all the magazines there and look at the covers. Look at I used to win on PR Press. I've won about 35 awards for being the top most read press release. And I actually went to PR Press And I said, you guys have to stop giving away these fake awards because, this is like silly. I'm getting one every week. And they said, no, Lee, the only people that seem to be getting these top read press releases are the police, hospitals, fire departments, and you.
Oh,
And
There's a list.
that's interesting. Okay.
And how I did it was I just looked at those magazines, those National Enquirer magazines. I just look at the headlines, Angelina really married Brad twice, or, whatever it happened to be. I just took their headlines and put the spin on my business,
I got you. Okay.
Yeah, like, I was in the insurance business at that time, and I would just say, oh, insurance rates gone postal,
Oh, okay.
And sex, drugs, and insurance rates.
Sex, drugs, and insurance rates. All right.
Okay.
I like it.
So because it's all out there for you, so go to those magazines that depend on sales, and they have the titles that create the sales. And so it's already done for you. So take their titles and put your topic in those titles. And you will get people buying your books on Amazon and Kindle because the title sells. It sells.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Okay, so it's okay to copy.
Yeah, well, if it's just words, you're just replacing your business with, the word instead of Brad and Angelina, your business.
I was really intrigued with that, and I missed the word that you said, Lee, that you're dictating it. Where do we go to again?
Google Docs.
Google
Google
Docs.
Docs. Okay, so you could be dictating this in the car or on the plane. You don't even have to be at your desk, right?
Well, no, I'm always at my desk. So
sorry.
You take your desk everywhere then, don't you?
Maybe Ernie knows about that. He's a traveler there. But, I even watch some TED Talks. I click on Google, the talk, the Google record. I record the TED Talk, and then I rewrite it the way it should be, in my point of view, and create that as a book.
Oh, man. Okay.
Okay.
So you can find stories. Everybody has stories. I know Ernie and I have been in situations that were pretty funny.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Just some weird things that when we used to shoot a lot of videos together that we would end up in the middle of it. It just seemed like every time we shot together it would end up to be kind of just sort of an interesting situation.
Is that karma again?
Yeah. But take all those stories and things like that and put them into short books.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And you will get a following, and, they'll want your next book and your next book and your next book.
Okay.
It's and as long as it's short, no one reads long books anymore.
So, Lee, if you have a physical 30-page book, is that front and back or one sheet per page?
Well, on a digital.
It doesn't matter on digital.
Yeah, and on a hardcover, you can go either way because you can have one side blank where people can take notes.
Oh, okay.
It's all up to you, and I'd say don't follow the traditional rules. Make up your own.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So you can design it any way you want.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of it. I find books boring, and then you see a book that breaks all the rules. Perfect. Love that book. I'll examine that book.
Okay.
It's even if you have your own handwriting in the book and just copy it in the pages, that's kind of cool too.
Okay. So let's say if a person is a video producer and he wants to share how to become a video producer, so he could come out with a book on each particular subject, how to find a video subject to shoot, write a book about that. Then the next book would be how to shoot it, then the next book would be like how to edit it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, I could take this interview, play it,
Uh-huh.
Google Docs, type it out for me, have a picture of all of us,
Okay.
I could link it back to my website, and all of a sudden we have a book on how to write a book in record time.
Wow.
Ta-da!
So that could be done in a day. Now let me just
So when is that going to be released?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Today, tonight.
Tonight.
yes, and Ernie's going to be the first person to buy it.
There you go. Pre-sale.
Okay, so let me tell you how I wrote a book in a day. I was involved in, it was car insurance, telling people who had the lowest car insurance rates. And I always found that younger drivers ended up paying like 4 times more for their car insurance than older drivers.
I remember those days.
And what I thought is, this is just not cool. So what I did is I took my data and I compared their actual accidents, the young drivers' accidents compared to older drivers' accidents, and I found that there was only like a 2% difference. And I thought, that doesn't warrant 4 times the cost. And I thought, I really don't like insurance companies. So I thought, what else could I compare this to? So I compared it to their astrological signs.
Oh, okay.
And I thought, okay, let's do that. And so I found that there was a 40% difference between the astrological signs for accidents.
Oh.
That's huge, right?
Yeah.
So I did a simple press release, under 100 words or under $100. I think that was the deal. And here's what I said. I said, insurance companies have it wrong. They should not be basing their rates on the driver's age, but on their astrological sign.
Okay.
Well, it was as if I drove my car through the Allstate building. My phone started ringing off the clock. How can you say this? How can you do this? And I said, well, I gave these stats. It was like 100,000 drivers I did it for. I gave the stats to a friend of mine in Harvard. So they compared the stats. The stats were real.
Okay.
And I said, here's the way it is, I found that, Pisces, had a lot of tickets. And I went to their, to see their astrological sign, and it said they're the daydreaming sign. Well, of course, they're getting a lot of tickets and missing the speed trap.
Because they're daydreaming.
Daydreaming, yeah.
So, what is it? The Aries, the sign of the ram. Well, that's a bummer birth sign, isn't it? For accidents.
Oh, gotcha.
So-
I'm in trouble then.
Uh-oh.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
Well, hold on to that thought because we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back right after this. Ernie, why don't you tell me everybody really quick where they can hear the show?
Okay, you can listen to this show and previous ones on mindthebusinessradio.com.
All right, we'll be back right after this. All right, everybody. We're just having a heck of a good time here today on Mind the Business Radio with Lee Romanov. I'm Darwin.
I'm Ernie.
And I'm Suzanne. Thank you for listening.
And this is just fun. We're learning about how to write books and how to write a book in a day, and even get it published in a day, and all the tricks and everything to it. And you really don't even have to be a writer to write a book. I mean, this is great. All this information you're giving us, Lee, is just absolutely wonderful. Thank you.
Well, it's okay. So anyway, I did this press release. I compared the drivers' tickets and accidents to their age, and then to their astrological sign. There was only a 2% difference in accidents for drivers' ages, and over a 40% difference in accidents between astrological signs.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I want to make this really clear to you. I don't know anything about insurance, and I don't know anything about astrology.
Oh,
Okay?
Okay.
Okay. So I just had some data that I compared. And, and then like Capricorn, they actually tend to get a lot of tickets because
Oh.
they think that the rules of the road are meant for
Other
some
people.
other drivers.
Yeah.
They
Oh,
just wanna
no.
get work,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I've had my share of tickets. Okay. I admit
King of the road.
it. Yeah, right.
Susan, you're pretty good. You're Taurus.
Uh-huh.
You would be driving with the bumper sticker saying, "I may be slow, but I'm ahead of you."
Oh, yeah, that's
okay.
me.
Okay.
So here's what happened was when I sent out that press release, I got called by CNN, by Fox. This is what I call a water cooler idea.
Sure.
It's just a water cooler. Everybody has an astrological sign.
Uh-huh.
Everybody wants most people drive. They want to compare the two.
Sure.
And water cooler ideas are male, female, colors, weather, anything that you see that people look at every day. If you can take your business and wrap it around a water cooler idea, you got it made. Because every media station wants to make people laugh at least, a couple times an hour. Okay?
Sure.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
Whether they like it or not. Okay, so because of demand, and the media was saying, well, let me, do you have a book? Do you have a book? And I like, book? Well, I had a thought. Okay, I had a press release. So what I did was I took my notes, and I uploaded it onto a Word document, onto a PDF, and put it on my website for sale. Yes, I have a book. And then I sent it to, at that time it was a company that's no longer in existence, but it would take your PDF and publish it into a hardcover book, upon order.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
So that way you don't sort of invest, $1,000 to $2,000, and then they just, give you, a percentage of the revenue, but that's fine because you don't have to worry about anything, and you do get money back.
And they deal with everything else.
And you move on to the next book.
Exactly, the next crazy idea.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so that's essentially, what. So when I was on, it was funny because when I was on Canadian Broadcast Corporation, and they were, putting me to be interviewed and everything, they said to me, "So Lee, we have a surprise for you." And I'm thinking, 30 seconds before air, there's never a good surprise.
No.
And they said, we have piped in somebody, Jojo from Vancouver, an astrologer, to talk to you about your book. And I'm like, oh my God.
This is not good, yeah.
I don't know anything about this.
Oh, I don't know anything about this topic. And so she comes on and she says to me, she says, I've read Lee's book, which I published like the day before.
Uh-huh.
I read Lee's book. I hadn't even read it. Okay, at this point, it was just my notes. And she said, I concur with her findings.
Oh,
and I
good.
thought, I must have stolen the stuff from your website.
Really?
I must have copied and pasted your astrology stuff into my book from your website. And that's the only reason you could concur with my findings.
Now you're an expert. There you go.
And then I got calls from universities saying that they wanted to fund my research. It was a press release.
Oh my gosh.
gosh.
Oh no. Okay.
No, oh no.
Now you're
like,
going, wait a
"What?"
minute. All it was is a press release.
But obviously it was
not-
interesting.
Not at this time.
Yeah, thank you.
So, yeah. So that's the deal. That's the thing. If you have a thought, put it in a book.
Okay.
Because people just will buy the book, and you can come up with all kinds of fun, lines, fun covers, anything. I mean, this cover that I looked online and I saw a kid that did a drawing, And so I called up the kid and I said, I'd like to buy your drawing. And he said, how much are you going to pay me for it, lady? And I said, $50? And he said, I'll give you all my stinking drawings
For $50.
And you can get all kinds of clip art, but you can get all kinds of free art. What I hadn't noticed, because I was trying to do this so fast, and this is proof, and I had to do it in a day. If you look under the green car, you will see a kid on a skateboard under the green car.
Oh yeah, okay. Now okay.
Oh my gosh. And I don't have time to change it right now. But yeah, that's, by the way, that image is of a Virgo, because Virgos pay attention to everything, including the squirrel on the road, and cause 10 car pileups all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
They just break for the squirrels. So anyway, I want to go over again what's involved in writing a book.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, to get started, you have to get started, okay? So what I would do is make the book you really want to write, that 500-page book, the second book, and let's take a look at your notes. Let's take a look at your next crazy story or good idea, and go to Google Docs, voice typing, and just talk it out.
Okay.
Then go to Google, grab some images, and copy the images into the doc. Real easy, copy paste, and now you've got a book. Put it in a PDF, and now it's ready to sell.
Okay. That's pretty easy.
Boom, boom, boom. There you go.
Look at all your notes. Grab something that you think is, oh, that's a really cool thing. Or just do a rant on Google Docs. Just do a rant.
Just get started. Don't overthink it.
Don't overthink it, yeah. I'm sure we could all rant about something.
That's right. And also, always put in your book, the grammar errors and spelling errors have been put there for your entertainment. Okay.
Okay. The misspellings.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, which would probably be my book.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And he's not even doing it on purpose.
No.
Yeah. Actually, you could make a book out of every interview that you've done. You could just record it, have Google Docs type it out for you, have somebody in Fiverr for like $10 proof it, and then just put it in a PDF and put it up on Amazon and Kindle.
That's a great idea.
Who knew?
Yeah.
And now on your website, what you should do is and then just sell the book on your page for every interview that you've done, and sell it for $9.99. And you don't even need a merchant account. Just sign up for PayPal, and PayPal will take the money and send it to your bank account.
I like that.
Right now on your Income Activator website platform, you've got the online store, and you just put your email that you sign up with PayPal in, and you've automatically got an online store that will take payments for you. And they take debit cards and credit cards and everything. It's great.
All right, cool. Well,
who knew?
Yeah, we're gonna your
audience. Your audience.
Now we know. Yeah. Well, we're gonna take a quick break, and we're gonna be coming back with Lee and talking more about publishing. So you're listening to Mind the Business Radio. I'm Darwin.
I'm Ernie.
And I'm Suzanne.
And we'll be right back right after this.
Welcome back, everybody, to Mind the Business. I'm Suzanne.
I'm Ernie.
I'm Darwin.
And today we've had a wonderful time. We've been talking to Lee Romanov about how to write your first book, and she's making it short and sweet and simple and easy, and you don't even need a pencil. You can dictate it if you'd like on Google Docs and
That's the word I was looking for.
Dictate, yeah,
Dictate,
it's so space age and so neat. You could probably do it anywhere you want. You could be outside dictating it. And Lee, gosh, it's gone fast, and you've covered everything. But I want you to tell us how we can get people to come to that webinar that you're going to do, because I think there's a little bit that we haven't had time to cover, and perhaps you can cover more of this in your webinar. So please tell us how folks can get a hold of you, Lee.
Okay. Well, actually, if they just complete the form on this page.
Okay, and give us that website.
Okay, it's your website.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry.
yes.
Nobody saw me.
We've made it really easy. We're keeping everybody on your website.
Okay, thank you.
And we're going to be running ongoing webinars about how to publish your own book, how to get started. If you find that you've learned something from this recording on how to get started, what I'm thinking of is, even if you not even totally comfortable with, writing a book, put something down on paper, and even an email that you sent, add some pictures on a Word document. Now you have a book, and you got your first book, and then you can just play with it, and on the webinar, what I'm going to be talking about is now how to create a digital copy, how to create a hardcover copy that doesn't cost you any money to do, how to sell your book on Amazon Kindle and make a ton of money from your website, how to find the media that would be interested in your topic. And that's really important, because PR press isn't the way it used to be. PR press now just sort of sends this media blast, and the media really don't pay that much attention to the press releases, because they're pretty much self-serving, I'm great, my business is great kind of press releases. It's nothing that their audience wants to listen to.
Exactly.
Okay? Yeah. Like, I'm great, who cares? That kind of stuff. And I'm also going to be talking about how to get speaking engagements, and which is a big one. So if you want to find out a little bit more about this package, you can go to Publisher Kings, but what I would highly recommend is completing the form to the right, and just giving me your name and number, email, and if you want to talk to me in person, I'll talk to you in person. But sign up for the webinar. You'll get an email saying when the webinar is. And actually, once you sign up, I'm also including my Car Karma driver's astrological signs, so you can see for yourself
All right.
where you sit. So you get that information immediately as soon as you sign up for the webinar. And actually, and this is the crazy thing. I told you about that book. I uploaded it only because I got an interview. I created it from my notes. Reader's Digest, their 100 best, featured it.
No kidding.
Oh, my.
And you should see how there were so many spelling errors and so bad. They just said to me, Lee, could you just give me a summary, because I can't figure what you're saying out in your book. Well, yeah, absolutely, no problem.
No problem.
Yeah, I can do that. I think I can get somebody from Fiverr to write that out for me in a minute. Just a
Yeah,
sec.
exactly. Yeah.
So, anyway, I will be giving some really good information out, because I've done it already, and I've had huge success. When I did that press release and created Car Karma, over 1 million people came to my site in one day.
I bet.
Man, okay.
You've heard it here, folks. Sign up for Lee's webinar, and you're going to get a copy of everything she knows about writing a book in a day, plus that wonderful Car Karma book that, boy, I'd like to read.
If you can get through the grammar.
That's
Yeah,
okay.
sure.
It sounds like a lot of fun. So, Ernie, give us a
What's
hint.
it?
Give us anything.
You're the guy
Ernie.
that tells
Come on, Ernie.
everybody our website. Go
Inspire
ahead. You're
us.
good at it.
Okay, everyone. To sign up for that webinar, you can go to mindthebusinessradio.com and click on the link.
There you
Yeah.
go.
And we
Okay,
encourage
great.
everybody to do that. Lee, thank you for being on the show.
God, it's been fun.
It always is.
I know.
It always
Yeah.
is.
You're such a hoot.
We need to meet. We need to meet like this more often.
Absolutely.
Because I'm short and sweet, remember?
Yeah.
Short and sweet. Yeah,
Nothing wrong with that.
exactly. Oh, Lee, thank you for being on the show. Everybody, thank you for listening to the show. You've been listening to Mind the Business Radio. I'm Darwin.
I'm Ernie.
And I'm Suzanne.
And you know what? We're going to catch you next time. Thank you for listening, everybody. Bye-bye.